Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Pikamee has announced that she will be graduating from VTubing. And for those of you who have a life, sorry. For those of you who don't know what that means, graduation is another word for retiring. She's no longer going to be playing the character of Pikamee. This is some of the worst VTubing news that I've seen in a long time. Pikamee is so cute. I love her character and she just seems like such a genuine and sweet person. And I don't think a lot of people were expecting this. If you're somebody who follows VTubing or follows Pikamee, you might know that she announced that she was going to be playing Hogwarts Legacy, and then she received a ton of backlash from mentally ill troglodytes on Twitter who started bullying and harassing her just like they did with Silvervale, just like they tried to do with Asmongold, Girlfriend Reviews, Hassan. Those same people went after Pikamee and now she's decided to quit VTubing. But the story's not that simple. There is a lot going on. You have the company that she streams for coming out, and they had a release that said that this was a surprise announcement. Then they put out a video saying that they knew months in advance. Of course, if you look at Twitter, it's just an absolute shit show. I'm just calling this the Weeb War of 2023. This argument has devolved completely into an anti-trans pro-Pikamee camp and a anti-Pikamee pro-trans camp. There's just too much to talk about, and I'm going to do my best to cover as much as I can and not ramble too much, no promises. I have a lot that I want to say about this. For those of you who don't want to stick around for the whole thing, my condensed cliff note, my TLDR, I think Pikamee was definitely bullied off the platform. I think that she just doesn't want to deal with it. As somebody who's dealt with bullying and harassment growing up herself, she didn't want to deal with this anymore. And I think the company's coming out, they're trying to cover their own ass. They don't want any more heat. So they're saying that this was planned and it had nothing to do with anything else. I don't really buy it. We're going to be taking a look at some absolutely disgusting and vile people saying awful and untrue things about Pikamee, as well as other people that just want to play Hogwarts Legacy or even think about playing Hogwarts Legacy in some cases. But before we do that, if you enjoy me and want to support the content that I create, be sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already. We are well on our way to 8,000 subscribers. If you want to help me get there, all you need to do is share this content around. Introduce your friends to Metal Gear Mando content that they so desperately need. Now, if you're somebody who's not into anime, one of those uncultured few that don't like VTubers, you have yet to don your fedora, get your samurai sword, or an anime waifu body pillow. If you don't know who Pikamee is, allow me to introduce you to everybody's favorite Kettle.
It doesn't feel like it's a job though, so I'm not sure I'm gonna call this a job, but it's fun, and I do love it, so I do recommend it. If it's not a job, doesn't that mean that you are neat? Yeah!
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I just saw this tweet in my bookmarks. I'm sad she's retiring, but this tweet really does something to me. It's over. We lost the Kettle. It's sad, but it makes me laugh. So I just want to contrast Pikamee herself with the people who bullied and harassed her into quitting VTubing. Losers freaking out because their parasocial relationship with some fat Asian bitch is gone. Right, because it's totally not allies and trans people freaking out about somebody announcing they're going to play a video game. I wouldn't be casting stones when your mental fragility is tested when somebody wants to play around with some pixels on a fucking screen. And then you have this degenerate. J.K. Rowling has spread hateful, vile rhetoric for years. There's no excuse. Fuck around and find out.
Oh, scary!
You know this person felt really badass when they typed that out. The only thing that anybody is finding out is just how mentally unstable your side truly is. Do you really think bullying and harassing a streamer that brings joy to hundreds of thousands of people is really going to make you look like the good guys here? And then you just have this collage that was put together by I don't know who, but thank you for whoever collected these tweets. After all of the bullying and harassment that Pikamee received for announcing she was going to play Hogwarts Legacy, she tweeted this out. I'm just a Kettle who wants to play the games. Playing this game doesn't mean I'm supporting something specific. I just want to play the game. That's all. I hope everyone will have a wonderful day. Man, she just sounds so full of hate. Such a terrible person. Again, contrast that with everybody who hates her. Fuck off, transphobe. Sees Twitter trends. Pikamee was a pedo anyway. Then you have this picture of Pikamee like she's going to Hogwarts and somebody says, this is like drawing a trans person themselves. You're legitimately a horrible person and should feel bad for making this.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Which is just the perfect example of these people's mental state. They do not see reality in the way a normal person does. You cannot look at an image of this little anime girl playing wizard and think that this is the same as drawing trans people themselves. I don't care how strongly you feel about this. That is insane. And they wonder why they're not taken seriously. They wonder why they're brushed off as fucking lunatics. It's because of things like this. But what really doesn't help is when you have people tweeting out stuff like this. Do your part for Pikamee. As if this was something that she would actually want to happen. And don't get me wrong, I get shit posting. I know you can't take everything seriously on the internet, but this is one of those tweets that just fuels tweets like this one. VTuber Twitter right now. These next few days are gonna be fun. Oh, so scary.
Oh, scary.
I'm just gonna say this as a side note. It's important to police your communities very strongly. If you have a cancer growing within your community, excise it. If you have trans people that are harassing and bullying people for playing a video game, doxing people for playing a video game, make them out to be the fucking lunatics that they are. Let it be known that they do not represent your group, because if you don't, then guess what? You're letting that be a part of your group. You're letting them represent your identity. You have scumbags like this Twitter user. Y'all are acting like she killed herself. I wish she did. That is representative of your community right now because you're not saying shit about it. Instead, you're trying to backpedal, which I'll get to that in a second. The same thing goes for both sides. I don't like the bullying and harassment. I don't like how this is ramping up. So you know what I don't like to see? Tweets like this. You can only pick one. The other is erased forever. We don't need that. That's not helping anybody. There are trans people that want nothing to do with this, or who were fans of Pikamee. It's not a monolith. Again, could be a shitpost, could be getting heated over nothing, but I call it as I see it. You may not agree with me, but that's how I feel. So I mentioned backpedaling. We have the company that Pikamee streams for, Vom's Project, who put out this press statement. I'll leave the whole thing on the screen for you guys to read if you want to pause the video. I'm just going to highlight this section. We sincerely apologize for this sudden announcement. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to all of our viewers for the excitement you have been giving us through our distribution and other activities. With only 1 month left, we hope you'll continue to support Pikamee until the end. This statement has caused a lot of confusion because then they had another video where they said that this graduation was planned months in advance.
突然なんかがあって急に卒業しますみたいな感じになったわけではないってことは言っておきますね。ここは強調して言っておきます。ピカミが卒業すること自体はもうだいぶ前から決まってました。
Now this has led people online, especially in the trans community, to say,
Yeah, look guys, look.
We didn't bully her off anything. She was gonna graduate anyway. I don't buy that at all. I think that she announced that she was gonna play Hogwarts Legacy. She received all of this bullying, all of this hate. Then she took a month off and she decided that it wasn't worth it and she was done streaming. I think the company doesn't want to deal with any of the heat. They don't want to have to explain why one of their employees was bullied off of the internet due to LGBTQ+ activists and allies. They are a company after all, and they don't want to deal with any negative press if they don't have to, so it's just easier to say, look, she's just retiring. You know, as this user points out here, they had to change the event shop to include her since it was a sudden announcement, or they knew it was planned in advance. Which one is it? This whole situation is a mess, and unfortunately, the only person that can really clear things up is Pikamee herself, but I'm glad she's not getting involved in it. She recently came back to streaming to start her final month as Pikamee, and she's just full of positivity. I'm really loving the energy. I've been able to check out a couple of the streams that she's done so far. Something funny that's gonna piss off a lot of these fucking freaks is how much money she made on her first stream back. So I'm glad that her community is giving her a ton of love because she deserves it all. I'm going to wrap this video up with a couple final thoughts, and I really want to drive this point home because it really does bother me. Pikamee has shared on multiple occasions her experiences with being bullied growing up. And as easy as it is to say, don't be a pussy, man up, ignore them, everyone deals with things in a different way. And it's like I said in one of my silvervale videos, these aren't people that are used to conflict. People in the commentary side of YouTube, people in the political side of YouTube, or even just Twitter, we're used to going back and forth, shit talking, and just very vitriolic conversations, which does get tiring. Even for me, who enjoys shit talking every now and then, it gets exhausting. There are times where I think, maybe I'll just make a different channel, and I'll do specifically gaming related content, gameplay clips, game news, or reviews, because it does get tiring. Now imagine you're an entertainer, like a VTuber, and your job and what you're passionate about is making people happy, and you announce that you're gonna play a video game from a franchise that so many people grew up with and so many people love, just to be met with these fucking psychos who tell you to kill yourself, that you're transphobic, that you're a pedophile, all of these disgusting things simply for playing a video game. And then you pair that with past childhood trauma of being bullied. I can see why that would be too much for somebody, especially for somebody who's not confrontational and not used to that kind of thing. Pikamee did not deserve this at all. She is somebody that brought joy to countless people, and it really saddens me that that is now gone, because you have this group of petulant children who want to pretend that a video game is actual violence, that a video game is some kind of genocide simulator, when in reality, it is just pixels on a screen for somebody to come home and unwind with, a medium in which streamers can have fun with their community and bond over. And it's like I've said countless times, it's not that I don't empathize with trans people going through actual problems, but guess what? Hogwarts Legacy is not an actual problem, you fucking losers. These are people that want to sit behind a keyboard and act like they're victims, when in reality, they have to keep making up oppressors, keep making up reasons why we need to feel sorry for them, when it's all in their head. When you have people that have this loose of a grip on reality, it's not surprising that we have situations like this. And you can tell that I'm a little frustrated, a little heated. And it's because I don't think what happened here is right. And I just hope that Pikamee is making the right decision for herself and that this really does help her mental health and she can be happy. With that being said, we have one request from Pikamee herself. She wants you to say, I love Pika as my girlfriend, and she has boing boing. That's what I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I want to know what you think about all of this. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you're still not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more of my future content. Help me on my way to 8,000 YouTube subscribers. Before we go, I want to give a massive shout out, a boing boing shout out to all of my beautiful channel members. You guys are amazing. If you want to join this elite rank of boingers, hit the join button right next to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you in the next video.